Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the Average Joe Dividends YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to go over the buys that I did with my $100 deposit. And I made a $100 deposit this morning, and I let M1 do the picking based upon the allocations. You can see my three slices that I have in this portfolio, my Average Joe Dividends portfolio. This is a taxable stock brokerage account. It's about 50% of my total net worth. And where the money is going to go is going to be based upon the actual and target. You can see those right here. It's going to be the number underneath, and then you can see the actual. So you can see we're underweighted here for the ETFs by 0.2, and we're underweighted in the dividend portfolio by 0.1, and we're overweight in the 12 more dividend slice. So we're just going to take a look really quickly at the performance over the last year. You can see the money weighted return is at 17.05%, and we're slightly higher with the dividends that's showing at 21.41 over the last year. So let's go to the activity log. We'll see what those buys were, and one of the buys is going to be a dividend reinvestment, which was Waste Management. I received that dividend on the 20th, but technically it was on the 21st because M1 has a 1-day delay. So I got that 752, and what I do with dividends is I drip them right back into the company that paid them, so it's going to go into Waste Management. So you'll see that as one of the buys. So you see the $100 deposit. Here's the two buys at 107.52. Again, the 752 is the dividend from Waste Management. So we'll click here, and it went into one buy. And it went into SCHD for $100 after it seemed like SCHD paid its nice dividend, its last dividend of the year. SCHD has been going down, and of course we've been kind of going down a little bit and then recovering. So we'll take a look at Waste Management. We'll see that 752, and I like to show the fractional shares that it purchased even with the dividend drip. We'll also see the effect it's going to have on my dividend income, and we'll take a look at some historicals of the portfolio as well. We'll talk a little bit about my total net worth. So the 752, that was again a dividend drip from Waste Management. It bought 0.03671 of a share, so a little over 3% of a share. And then the $100 went into SCHD, and that bought 3.67783 of a share. So let's go on over to my Google Docs spreadsheet, and we're going to go ahead and update this with the new number of shares from SCHD and Waste Management. I'll just walk you through the sheet really quickly here. It shows the company, the ticker symbol, the current share price using a Google Finance function. So this is live. You're going to see these numbers change. Here's the average share price that I bought into for each position. We'll take a look at some of them that are in the red. Right now I have two of them, which are Hershey's and Pepsi, so you can see here. So we'll take a look at the average. Here's the number of shares that I own, and then here's the value if I were to sell these shares, and here's my cost basis. Here's my gain or loss. You can see Hershey's, that's one where I have a loss on that one, and then it's expressed in a percentage. Anything above 25% will be in green. Here is the quarterly dividend per share, and then SCHD that is variable, so I put it in purple. Every quarter that changes, and then BST in blue is that's a monthly payer, as well as O Realty or Realty Income. Then we can see the yield if you were to buy more shares of that company today. And then here's the yield on my cost. You can see the yield on my cost is lower with O because I'm only ahead because of the dividends that O Realty has paid. But you can see here's the average share price I bought into, and here's the current share price. But without those dividends, I would have been at a loss with Realty Income. And then everything on this sheet, it is arranged by the pay date, and we are in December, so we are in the dark greens right now. And we'll do a quick count up of the dividends that I paid so far in December, and I've got them right here in the dark green. So we'll do a quick count up. So far for the month of December, I've received 1,205.75, and here are the dividends that remain. There's quite a few And then tomorrow I'm going to wake up and receive a dividend from BlackRock at 10:08. I could probably check that real quick. Let's check those dividends and just make sure that it's actually going to be that amount. So we'll go into the 12 more dividends. I believe BlackRock is in there. It is. And then I'll take a look at the next dividend payments. We'll go to 1 month instead of 1 year. And it shows the 10:08 are the dividends that are earned. So I'm just going to put that right here. And then I'll increment this up. Plus 10:08. And then the next one is BST. We'll see if I bought any shares or fractional shares after the X dividend date. We'll see what M1 says real quick here. And then BST is in the ETFs. And then we're at the 1 month, and we can see, yep, 499.19. So I will receive that tomorrow morning. So I'll wake up tomorrow morning and I'll have 509.27 in this account. We'll increment that 499.19 so we get kind of a count up of all the dividends that have been paid. So it's 499.19. So it's going to put me over the $10,000 mark for BST just in dividends, and BST has done quite well where I've had stock appreciation on the price. That's my average price at $32.67, and then here is the current share price. A lot of times when you buy these type of covered call options kind of investments, usually the share price doesn't go up that much. It's pretty stagnant, and it's pretty much just on the income side is where you're going to make your money. But with BST, it seems like I'm getting it both ways. I'm having my cake and I'm able to eat it too. So we've updated that. And then let's go down here. We'll take a look at what this sheet also tracks. It tracks the monthly cash flow as well as the quarterly and annual. You can see these amounts right here. These are going to go up since we bought more shares of SCHD, and then Waste Management had a dividend drip. So we're going to see these all go up as a result. I'm going to grab some data from M1 here. Go to the Holdings tab. We'll grab everything from the name column, scroll all the way down, and once I grab this data and paste it into my sheet, it's going to update the new number of shares, the average share price, and my cost basis. And yeah, shares, average price, cost basis. You're going to see SCHD go up like the 3.67 shares, and then Waste Management at 0.03. And we're going to see that number change. Let's go up to Waste Management really quickly. So we received 752, but I bought a fractional share with a deposit, I believe, on Wednesday. Just a small amount went in there, and it kicked it up by 2 cents. So just remember the 754. It's going to go up probably to 756 or something like that. Let's go to the M1 data tab. We'll do a paste special, and it's also going to change new value for BST. Let's go back actually and take a look at that. So it's going to be over 960 with the addition of those 3 shares. So probably 756 and then 960 and change. We'll see what that is. We'll go back to the M1 data tab. We'll paste this in, and it'll automatically change that for us. It'll update the sheets with those buys. And then now we're up to, looks like we went from 754 to 757, and then we're up to 960.69 for the next dividend payout for SCHD. Of course, it's going to be different because we don't know what Q1 2025 is going to pay. But Waste Management is likely going to have that same dividend, but not after March. So I think they'll pay out the same dividend that it's paying, but historically Waste Management has given dividend raises every year, and I saw an article where Waste Management is planning to increase their dividend by 10%. So we'll see probably another 75 cents tacked on to this after. It'll probably be in June is when it is applied. So we'll scroll down here. We'll see the change in the monthly, quarterly, annual dividend income. We went from $1,029.95 to $1,030.29, and then the quarterly went from $3,089.86 to 3,090.87. Then the annual income from this portfolio went from 12,359.44 to 12,363.48. So pretty much it was a small increment, but it did make a difference. So we'll take the monthly average, the 1,030.29, and we'll put this over on the monthly average dividend tracking tab. Scroll to the bottom and put that amount in here. So with the Waste Management dividend drip and $100 deposit, which the $100 deposit again bought SCHD, we changed the monthly income. We added an additional 34 cents every month going forward. And then I've already made a line in here for tomorrow for the dividends I'll received, and these will be dripped right in tomorrow morning for BlackRock and BST. And we'll see this jump probably $3 and change, at least $3.25 with those additional shares, especially at BST, because it's going to be nearly a $500 dividend rolling in. It's going to buy quite a few shares, because every share right now at BST is $36.79, which brings in an additional 25 cents of income for every share every month. So once this pays in, I've already accounted for that, and we're at 28% for my gain or loss in this investment. So let's go on over to the Dividend Tracker tab. I've been doing these videos since January 2021. Here's the portfolio value, $18,700. Here's the dividends paid back then. We're going to scroll down all the way to December 2024. You can see the portfolio value now, rounded to the nearest $100, is $270,000. And then the dividends paid, let's see if I have that updated, $11.9823. Let's update it with the new dividend with BST in there, as well as BlackRock. We'll do a quick count up of that. So we're at 17.1502, and we're not done yet. And let's just compare where we're at right now with the dividends. And this is the largest dividend payout so far, and we're not even done. Looks like the last largest 15.50. 08, looks like I beat it by 8.6. So 16.85 was the largest. We beat that so far, and we're not even done with the month. We can take a look at here's the 2024 Q4. It is lower than Q3 because SCHD paid twice in Q3, so kind of skewed that artificially, made it higher, and then this artificially lower. Here are the annual dividends. You can just compare from last year. The dividends were $10,029.75, and we're already at $11,573.94. And again, we're not done yet. Look at last year's dividends were at $15.50, and we're already at $17.55 in 2024. And I can tell you this year has flown by. And here's the average monthly dividend. You can look at this as like a monthly paycheck at $1,030.29. Remember, this is pulled right over here. Then again, that's going to go up by at least $3, maybe even like $3.50 when we're done dripping those dividends for BST and BlackRock. So I've added an additional $28.37 of ongoing income to the portfolio, and that was a month-over-month change of 2.83%. And then the annual dividends are at $12,363.48, and I've increased the annual dividends by $340.44. And then there was a $100 deposit, so we are up to $1,700 with deposits. I put in an extra $1,000 on Wednesday to kind of just rebalance the portfolio. So we'll close it out with the total net worth statement here, and you can see I have accounts over at Vanguard. I have an IRA, a Roth IRA, a taxable brokerage account, and those are valued at $472. And then here's my current employer 401k. I've only been with them since March 2020. Here's the value, just over $100,000. And then M1, I have an IRA over there. You can see what that's in, VU, VTI, SCHD, and BST, and that's valued right now at $703. And then here's the taxable brokerage account at just over $270 that we just went over. And then I have a 1-year emergency fund over at M1 getting 4% interest. Hopefully they keep their interest rate at 4% and it does not go down anymore. Synchrony is still at 4.1. I have a 6-month emergency fund over there. And then Capital One, this is like 2 months of spending I keep over there at 3.8%. Here's the value of my home. Here are liabilities. Here is the balance on my credit card, which I pay off every month, so I do not pay any interest. And then here is my mortgage, what I have left to pay off. And I'm thinking about using this taxable brokerage account over at Vanguard, which is at 184. Could easily pay off the 176, but I don't think there'll still be a balance with some taxes, so it has to go a little bit higher. The break even's right about 190, a little bit above that. So since it went down, we were at 190 at one time, but the market went down, so it's at 184. So I'll give it some time because I don't want to sell it in 2024 and have to pay those taxes right now. So here's the total net worth at $1,782,698.70. So this is changing because the markets are live, and here's the breakdown between stocks, home equity, and cash. You can see the percentages there, and here it is broken down by pre-tax and after-tax, and then U.S. and international. We can see my monthly average dividend right here at $34.35.29, and that's gone up because there's been some updates I've made to the ETFs here that just like SCHD, they pay irregular dividends. They're not the same every quarter. So what I did was I took the sum of the 2023 dividends and put them here, and then calculated them so we have a monthly average dividend for each of these. So I put in, for some of these, I put in the 2024 amounts, which have gone up. So it's helped the average monthly dividend getting close to $3,500. So if I was able to access my IRAs, everything like that, I wouldn't have to sell a share. That includes interest from savings as well. I could just take this as income and not sell a share or use any money up at all. I'd be just be living on dividends and interest, and that is my plan of what I want to do. And I started tracking my net worth really closely. You can see what it was in November 2022, and I tracked that against my income. Then I subtract out my expenses and track that gap. And I'm not expecting a big gap in December just because of all the expenses I have in December with the holidays and everything. So we'll see. I may have a little bit of a gap. It's showing a big gap right now because I have not put my expenses in here. I'm not done spending my money on everything, and we still have 8 days left of December, and I have one more paycheck coming, so this is not closed out yet. But we'll see if we get back to the 1.8, because we're right at 1.78 right now. So it's could take some time to go back up, or it could go back up next week. We just don't know. So that's all I had to show you for this video. Again, it was a $100 deposit, and it went into one place along with that waste management drip. So SCHD, everyone knows what that is. So about 3.67783 of a share. So thanks for sticking to the end of the video. If you got value from the video, please click the like button. Also subscribe so you do not miss future videos. I hope everyone has a great rest of their week and a Merry Christmas. Everyone take care.